We are admitting the participants.
Welcome to Bharat. Bharat Institute of Engineering and Technology, established in the year 2001 by Chinta Reddy Madhusudan Reddy Educational Society under the leadership of Sri Venugopal Reddy Garu, an eminent educationalist with a social conscience and commitment. It has grown in size and stature over the years from an initial intake of 240 to 2,300 students now. Bharat Institute of Engineering and Technology is one of the largest engineering colleges in Telangana. It offers 6 BTech programs, 8 MTech program and 1 MBA program with consistent and excellent academic performance of the students in the university examinations. The institute has endeavored itself to many students and parents. Bharat Institute of Engineering and Technology boasts of well-experienced and highly qualified faculty, state-of-art infrastructure, regular placement, and well-equipped laboratories.
Good evening to all the participants. Welcome to the 6th day of Faculty Development Program on promotion of teaching and learning during the pandemic season. I'm Batul, Assistant Professor from the Department of Humanities, BIET. It is my privilege to call out the person who is dedicated, hardworking, determined, and visionary. We are continually impressed with his ability to unite our campus community. He has fostered a sense of support and appreciation that allow us as educators to improve our teaching learning process. He is none other than our director, Dr. B. Prasad Rao sir, Director of Training and Placement and Interface between the industry and institution. He retired as Director General of Police for the United State of Telangana and Andhra. He is distinguished IPS officer who has completed MSc and PhD in physics during his service. He effectively and efficiently served in post of principal, secretary to government of AP, DGP of Anti-Corruption Bureau, Commissioner of Police, Hyderabad, and so on. He is known as police service for his administration skills and meticulous planning. With his passion for academics, he is serving as visiting professor of Andhra University JNTU, Sri Krishnadevaraya University. The students of Bharat Institute of Engineering and Technology are greatly benefited by him in placement, drives. Good evening to all the participants. Welcome to the 6th day of Faculty Development Program on Promotion of Teaching and Learning during the Pandemic Season. I'm sorry, just due to some network problem, it's getting muted. Good evening to all the participants. Welcome to the 6th day of Faculty Development Program on Promotion of Teaching and Learning during Pandemic Season. I'm Batul Fatima, Assistant Professor from the Department of Humanities, BIET. It is my privilege to call out the person who is dedicated, hardworking, determined, and visionary. We are continually impressed with his ability to unite our campus community. He has fostered a sense of support and appreciation that allow us and educators to improve our teaching learning process. He is none other than our director, Dr. B. Prasad Rao sir, Director of Training and Placement and the interface between the industry and institution. He retired as Director General of Police for the United State of Telangana and Andhra. He is distinguished IPS officer who has completed MSc and PhD in physics during his service. He effectively and efficiently served in post of Commissioner of Police Hyderabad and so on. He is known as police service for his administration skills and meticulous planning. With his passion for academics, he is serving as a visitor professor of Andhra University JNTU, Sri Krishnadevaraya University. The students of Bharat Institute of Engineering and Technology are greatly benefited by him in placement drives. Now, I would like to request Dr. Prasad Rao sir to speak a few words on this occasion. Over to Dr. Prasad Rao sir. Thank you, sir.
Namaste, everybody. Good afternoon, Batul. Good afternoon, Dr. Varadarajan sir. So, I am happy that English Department of Bharat Institute of Engineering and Technology has conducted a one-week International Faculty Development Program on the topic of research strategies and promotion of teaching and learning process. It is done in collaboration with Shodhana Educational Research Foundation, Kadapa. So the program commenced on 23rd of June with Dr. K.V. Satish, Assistant Professor of Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge and Technology, Srikakulam, taking up the topic of English communication skills, a prerequisite for engineers. So he has emphasized the need for English communication skills in the globalized scenario, especially for the engineering students. And he exhorted the students hailing from rural background not to shun English and take it as a survival skill for their career growth. So it's really a very enlightening discourse by Dr. K.V. Satish. Then the next day, that is on 23rd June, we have had Madam Sarika Giri, Director of English Academy, Barcelona, Spain, dealing with English learning and personal development today's globalized world. We all know that English makes a definite impact on the personality, and when the students in due course, when they take up leadership positions, their personality is going to be defined by their communication skills and their grip over the language and the uh, and the manner in which they articulate their ideas in English effortlessly. All these things are going to define their personality, and she has dealt with this aspect with the emphasis that students should focus on English learning on a continual basis. On June 25th, we have had Dr. Vamshidhar Kilari dealing with, he's assistant professor of Department of English, Jagan, Jajan University, Saudi Arabia. Uh, he dealt with testing and evaluation opportunities in online and remote learning. Of course, this is the time of remote teaching and learning because lockdown restrictions are going on account of COVID virus. So this is an apt topic as far as teaching and learning is concerned. Now that for the faculty also, it's very important that they learn these approaches. On June 26th, we had Dr. P. Vijayababu, Associate Professor of Department of English, VFSTR University, Guntur, dealing with usage of information and communication technology tools in language teaching. As language teachers, English teachers have to necessarily use IT tools, especially the YouTube and the excerpts from Facebook to enlighten the students on various aspects to make it interesting and to drive home the points they are dealing with. So it will be quite, it has been quite interesting for them. On June 27th, we had Dr. Santamarai, Associate Professor of VELS Institute of Technology, Chennai, dealing with outcome-based education and assessment of course outcome and program outcomes in the accreditation process. We all know that for NAC accreditation, all the courses should be would be assessed in terms of COs and POs, and all those things from the English department of point of view. Madam Sentamai has enlightened. Today we have the privilege of having Dr. Varadarajan, Assistant Professor of PG and Research of English, Tyagarajar College of Madurai, dealing with promotion of teaching and learning during the pandemic session. So, as I told, lockdown restrictions are going on. Students are still confined to their houses. So, promotion of teaching and learning in this lockdown period is a major challenge. I'm sure Dr. Varadarajan will enlighten us on this process with his rich experience. So overall, it's a very enriching faculty development program, and I must congratulate Dr. Fatma Madam, Arpita Madam, Pooja Nair, Priya, Jahra Tahir, and Priyadarshini. From English department, we have taken a lot of made a lot of effort in putting together the course, the topics, and bringing together the resource persons from various places. And we have Dr. Sophia of Physics Department giving support for conducting this program. So I thank everybody for your wholehearted participation. I'm sure that you have had very very interesting learning experience in this faculty development program. So I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, Professor.
Thank you very much, sir, for joining with us in spite of your multifarious activities. Higher education today is dynamic, ever changing. If one tries to improve by embracing innovation, he or she never fails in it. Now, I would like to say a few words about a person who left no stone unturned to develop the quality of education, spent many sleepless, mulling, and worrying how to make online and remote classes effectively and interesting for developing the career of students. She is none other than Dr. Sophia Rani, Academic in Charge of HNS from Bharat Institute of Engineering and Technology. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your continuous guidance and support in organizing this 1 week international faculty development program successfully. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you a lot, ma'am. Express my gratitude towards you. The COVID-19 pandemic has affected the educational system worldwide, leading to total closures of schools, universities, and colleges. The pandemic has significantly disrupted the higher education school. In response to school closures, UNESCO recommended the use of distance learning program and open educational application and platforms that schools and teachers can reach us to teach learners remotely the disruption of education. It means we can no longer assume that traditional classroom education is the best education. Now, I request if you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the question box in your Zoom panel. We'll bring them up during the presentation and we'll also give you the time for the questions at the end. Now, I request Mrs. Zehra Tahir, Assistant Professor from the Department of Humanities, BIET, to discuss the profile of our today's speaker. Over to Ms. Zehra Tahir.
The beautiful thing about learning is that nobody can take it away from you. Good afternoon. This is Zehra Tahir from the Department of English. Our keynote speaker for today's session is Dr. T.S. Vardharajan. He completed his PhD in English literature from Tamil Nadu in the year 2016. Worked as a guest lecturer in English, M.R. Government Arts College, Manargudi. Lecturer in English, ARJ College of Engineering and Technology, Manargudi. Assistant Professor of English, Grade 2, Sastra University, Tamil Nadu. Assistant Professor of English, Tyagaraja College, Madurai. His area of research is British fiction with an approach of literary criticism and theory, new historicism. For the title of his thesis, A New Historicity Approach to John Goldsworthy's The Forsyte Saga. A number of publication of research articles like The Shoemaker's Holiday, A Pleasant Comedy of the Gentle Craft, Technocracy and Human Control in George Orwell's 1984, Impact of Social Media on Education and Employment, Students' Perspective, and many more publications of research articles. Sir has done many paper presentations and attended international national conferences. Sir was also assigned 3 times as an external examiner to evaluate the PhD thesis. It's my honor to welcome you, sir. Over to Dr. T.S. Vardharajan.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your nice introduction. At the outset, I wholeheartedly congratulate on the successful launching of this 1 week international faculty development program organized by Bharat Institute of Technology and a research foundation hailed from Kadapa. And I also thank Dr. Prasad sir for his beautiful emendation about each day's proceedings that culminates last day's presentation of mine. And I also thank Dr. Batul, who has been contacting me for the past 10 days to ascertain or to ensure how I have to be ready for this particular day. And I thank everyone and the participants also, especially without them, whatever we share will not go properly. So I also thank all the participants who have assembled here or joined virtually to listen to what we are going to share. I start sharing my screen now. Yeah, I seek the blessings of Abhishta Radaraja Perumal, my family deity, the goddess who rules Madurai, Madurai Meenakshi, Ambal, and then Sri Dharmasastha. And then for this we have assembled here. It is a 1-week international faculty development program on research strategies and promotion of teaching learning process. Today is day 6, 28th 6, 2020, Sunday. And we are going to have this particular topic. We are going to discuss promotion of teaching and learning during the pandemic season, a blessing in disguise. So this is about me. I am Varadarajan, working in Tyagarajar College, Madurai as Assistant Professor of English. I have been here for the past 2 years under government aided grants. This is how we are going to proceed. Promotion of teaching and learning during the pandemic season. We have been confined to our houses or resorted to our houses for the past 3 months, exactly during the first week of March 2020. March, April, May, June, almost June is going to be over. These 3 months of our confinement, we could call it as solitary confinement or confinement with our family members, we find it very difficult to see how our regular work gets disturbed or affected. More so, the people of India belonging to different, what do you call, categories: working class, bureaucrats, middle class people, people who are unable to make both ends meet, people who work on a daily basis like daily wages. We all find this particular scenario for the past 3.5 months. And what does it actually say? And our talk is going to be today dealing with the teaching learning process, how teachers and the students, or how teachers learn important things virtually, and how teachers are responsible for creating a kind of very good ambience to each and every student who is connected to them by way of various online tools. So this is how I'm going to proceed. Presentation overview. We will divide our lecture into these important points. We will explain the topic of what teaching learning in terms of the present situation, crisis situation, and a general understanding of what is COVID-19, followed by what has been going on from time immemorial with regard to teaching learning in the classroom, and then what is the requirement that this lockdown has given us, how we have to be ready for any given situation, how this lockdown has made us learn something. And then we also talk something about ICT and pedagogy, how teaching can be taken in terms of information communication technology. And then part of our teaching learning process synchronous and asynchronous learning, followed by the tools that we use through which we are connected, video conferencing tools like Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft tools, Teams, etc. And then we also talk about LMS, learning management system, followed by some of the online platforms that we have. And once we talk about all these things, we will conclude what we see, like what I am telling now about our plan. The plan of my presentation begins with my overall plan of how I am going to deal with this particular topic. Once it is completed, during the concluding remark, it is our duty to gather what we have seen, followed by question and answer hour. So this is the plan of what we are going to have. I'm not very particular about talking about COVID-19 and its impacts, though we have to make some passing remarks. Our idea is to understand how teaching, learning takes place even when we are at home. That is the idea behind this particular presentation. We go to this particular slide now. Promotion. What is promotion here? How we take teaching and learning even when we are unable to go to colleges and schools. We could not meet the children in the classroom. How do we make use of this particular situation even though we are at home? How these modern gadgets, I am in Tamil Nadu, Madurai. Many people belong to different parts of India. Batul ma'am is in Hyderabad. Pooja Nair ma'am is in Hyderabad. Dr. Prasad sir is in his college in Ibrahimpuram, Hyderabad, Telangana. And we are all virtually connected. How this connection paves the way for learning something in terms of what a student has to have. And also how we teachers are going to be ready to take the particular task of imparting knowledge to those student community. Whether we should take it a kind of blessing in disguise or it is just its opposite, a curse. On one hand, when we see the present condition, it is quite pathetic sight. People die in large numbers due to this particular infection, this pandemic. People are unable to gain a typical immunity power that their body is capable of giving. A lack of immunity results in getting their lungs affected, thereby they breathe their last. Like that, it happens. As far as the teaching learning is concerned, it has got its own challenges. We have to meet our children virtually, and we have to ensure the children do not forget what teaching learning is all about for the past 3 months. So we see how this particular process of teaching learning actually being promoted through many online important tools. This is how we have to see this particular title. During this particular time, during this COVID-19 time, how one has to learn and teach in order to get a feeling that he or she is not left out, kind of a thing. Now, pandemic, COVID-19, pandemic, it is a pandemic. What does it mean, pandemic? Any disease that is prevalent either in a country or in many countries, where it actually creates a crisis situation which affects the regular routine of the people of that particular country. And this COVID-19, it is named after the term coronavirus disease. Coronavirus disease is contracted, abbreviated as COVID-19, and it is caused by the droplets of saliva from our mouth, from our tongue, and also our inability to cope with a particular procedure that results in lack of respiratory etiquette. We always say etiquette is a kind of do's and don'ts kind of a thing. Internet etiquette. When you ask a 18-year-old boy to say something about internet etiquette, he or she is not supposed to see sites which are not advised to see. So that is what we call etiquette. So do's and don'ts especially. So this lack of respiratory etiquette results in the spread of this particular disease far and wide. And I took this survey from World Health Organization yesterday evening. I take this particular statistics. According to 27 June 2020, evening 5:30, we have almost 1 crore people who suffer from this particular COVID-19. 96, 53,000 and 48 people were affected by this particular disease or virus, out of which almost 5 lakh people have been killed, rather 4,91,128 people have been killed as late as yesterday evening 5:30, according to the website World Health Organization, WHO. And this particular disease spreads almost 216 countries. Quite pathetic, thereby creates complete confusion in the lives of people belonging to these countries of 216. That is why we call it a pandemic. It spreads far and wide everywhere. And then when we go from that particular aspect of understanding what is teaching learning through pandemic season, we just go first to talk about what is conventional teaching learning process. When we talk about a common teaching learning process, normally we take teaching learning process into various accounts. We first begin from the point of view of teacher. He gives lectures, the formal lectures, followed by experimentation or testing, assessing, and giving us a kind of a hands-on training, followed by guest lectures that we arrange by our college. So from the point of view of a teacher, a conventional teaching is nothing but giving lectures, eliciting response from the children, so also arranging for guest lectures or giving special lectures at times to to inculcate good habits or to make some information quite effective. On the part of the children, students, this particular teaching learning process is about how to write assignments and how to undertake group activity like group discussion, collaborative learning, etc. Followed by students coming forward to give seminars on a given topic, 10-minute talk about a particular issues, and giving some general awareness about what is going on. All these things are given by the students as they are the stakeholders, and also they make their understanding through PowerPoint slides like what I do now, followed by their teamwork or group work we teachers assign to them. So this is how any teaching learning should be. On one side, teacher has to consolidate. On the other hand, students will have to respond to. This has been going on even from the days of Gurukula time. This Guru Sishya Parampara, this Guru Sishya Gurukula, the concept of Gurukula, it was so conventional that the boy should take everything from Guru without questioning him, and he does not directly tell you what teaching is all about. Unlike in Mahabharata, we see how Drona trained Arjuna and a variety of people, and how Bhima, Duryodhana and others were trained in Gata fight using Gatai. So any kind of training at the time, they have to be away from their palace. They have to go from different place, from Hastinapura to different place where Drona trained these people. So also when you take Ramayana, Lord Rama, we call it, the Rama was taken by Vishwamitra in order to enable Vishwamitra to have a kind of yajna or yaga. Thereby, Rama became a kind of protector. Again, he was trained by Vishwamitra like a great warrior kind of a person. So this particular training has been there from time immemorial. What happened here, in our classroom, this particular things have been going on. Either it is Bharat Institute or the college where I am working now, Tyagarajar College, or where I was working earlier, Sastra University, Tanjavur, Tamil Nadu, or a variety of things that we talk about as teaching learning. So our understanding of teaching learning is related to this particular thing: teacher, student, formal lecture, assignments. Whatever the students listen to, it is the duty of the teacher to assess how his teachings actually reach that particular children like. And then we have some pictures of how this common teaching learning process is at work. Look at this particular picture. There are two pictures. In both the pictures, students sit in the classroom and then listen to the teacher very carefully. Thereby ensure teaching takes place, learning also takes place like. Say, for example, on the right side, a group of girl children listening to a college professor, and she gives a kind of lecture. On the other hand, left side, you have a school teacher dealing with a particular lesson. You can see the students, motivated students who listen to her by looking at her and then repeating something which she wanted them to repeat. So this is the usual sight that we have been watching before COVID. Actually, before March 2020 up to January, February 2020, we have this particular phenomenon. Later on, what happened? Another thing that we have. This is what we call collaborative learning from a foreign point of view, from a foreign classroom point of view. What happened here? A teacher is there. She gives a particular task. The students discuss at length based on what they are advised. And once the preparation is over, those children will come with an idea. Thereby, the teacher lessens the burden of what she has to talk about for 40 to 50 minutes. Whereas the teacher is able to impart or facilitate a kind of beautiful learning through forming groups and then asking one particular boy from each group to come and say something. So this also one of the conventional things which has been there from time immemorial. Now what happens? These two photographs and then this particular one, these three we have been witnessing. Now we are going further. Lockdown. What is lockdown? We have been asked to remain at home. There is no routine work going on in the society. We have to contain this particular disease. It spreads far and wide. We human beings should not suffer. So government takes something tips in protecting its people by way of asking them to remain at home. This is what we call lockdown. So what does this lockdown want us to do? Lockdown situation necessitates. It is necessary during this particular lockdown time. What? In terms of teaching learning process, we have to fall back on two things. Online education. Supposing we are at home, somebody gives a lecture, we should be able to see them virtually. This particular scenario is what we call online education. Look at the right side of my screen, a boy with a mask on his face, covering his mouth and nose, having a earphone, listening to something in the computer by seeing the monitor. So this particular situation is going on in every household, in every house, where small children learn lessons virtually. So this particular situation has been going on for the past 3.5 months. Exactly, we teachers are concerned from March 25th, 2020 onwards. For the children, 10th March 2020. So they have been at home from 10th March 2020. And we teachers went to college for 15 more days. And then we are also resorted to our houses from March 2020, 25th onwards. Now look at e-learning. What is e-learning? What are the gadgets that would facilitate e-learning? E-learning, electronic learning, everything that comes through a particular virtual reality, through computer, through internet. Look at the right side of the particular screen. We have a tablet, a mobile phone, a notepad, a palm top, a keyboard, a screen, a monitor. These are all what we call gadgets. So using these gadgets, we actually understand the concept of e-learning. And even what you participants do right now is you are also learning electronically of what I try to share. So this particular phenomenon has been there from time immemorial, not fully but sporadically. This e-learning has become a reality as we fall back on this particular thing for the past 3 or 4 months, and we don't also give much importance to this particular thing. When I say much importance, we are aware, but we are not fully aware of it. We are now forced to learn the concept of what we call e-learning. And then look at this particular slide actually speaks the volumes of what we are going to share today. Everything is related to, I can compress all my ideas of how I am going to make a presentation using this particular, what do you call, slide. I will also share this to every participant concerned through Dr. Batul later this hour. Look at ICT and pedagogy. Like that you can divide this, but you can begin from ICT and pedagogy. And how it goes from one plus to the other, that is also we have to see. We talk about each and everything related to what online teaching is all about, online learning. We talk about augmented reality. We talk about a digital textbook. We talk about MOOC courses. We use online platform, Moodle platform. We talk about social networking. We say something about natural user interface. We talk about tapping option. We learn everything virtually. When we come from ICT and pedagogy from NGDLE aspect, we talk about learning analytics. Then we talk about the quick response code, we call it QR code. We talk about big data analysis, big data about learning. We talk about mobile computing, cloud computing. We again talk about wiki forum. We talk about learning management system, LMS. We talk about 3D printing. We talk about adaptive learning. This is what we call adaptive learning. We learn virtually through Zoom. We have some adaptability so that we are able to do that. So if you see this particular chart one by one, you can call it a flow chart or a graphics that talks about what we are doing at home right now. Cloud computing has become another technology that has become the order of the day, where we avoid storing huge number of things, data in our computer, whereas it is stored in cloud. As and when we require, we are able to get it. Like that, plenty of opportunities are there for any learning, especially when it comes to online learning. So online learning talks about print technology, big data technology, textbook, augmented learning, cloud computing. And I request the participants to have a look at this one. Once the presentation is over, I will share this particular chart to everyone so that you get a feeling of how the whole presentation is based on what this particular chart is all about. And I am going to talk further based on what these things do talk about. And then we come to this particular concept of synchronous and asynchronous learning. So learning can be of any kind. When I say synchronous learning, everything is related to real time, what is going on right now. The participants are able to listen to me now. It is because it is one of the examples of synchronous learning, wherein I am able to see, you can see my hands being shown to you. You can check my body language. You can understand what is being said through this particular forum. So synchronous learning deals with any learning real time, that is live program, online, interaction. We have interaction after this particular session. So also kind of feedback is very much available when it comes to this synchronous learning. And we have examples of this synchronous learning through video conferencing. The Zoom through Zoom we are now connected, and also through Google Meet we have another platform for video conferencing tool. And then asynchronous, just opposite of asynchronous, without synchronous. A means here a negative, like symptomatic, asymptomatic. Like someone is symptomatic of a cold or fever, and someone is asymptomatic of something, means asymptomatic without having any symptom. So YouTube video, you send the link of a particular video to a group of students on day one. You wanted them to see that. When they come next day, they have to say something about it with the recorded program you have sent. And so also any recorded lecture that you have given, and also WhatsApp recorded instructions that you have given, sharing information through WhatsApp. Dr. Batul ma'am sent me a WhatsApp message about the Zoom meeting details. So also through the particular WhatsApp group she created to the participants. So assignment writing, a test, everything is conducted with the method of asynchronous learning method. So synchronous live, asynchronous a kind of offline. Many a time it is offline kind of a learning. And then we talk about online teaching. What is online? I don't want to say much about this one since everyone is aware of this. So online learning is defined a kind of experience wherein you go either synchronous or asynchronous environment, wherein you use devices of mobile phone, laptops, etc. with the internet access. And then students are able to understand each and every aspect of learning through this particular mode or method with the teachers available online and also the fellow students who are assembled there. And the learners can also interact easily with the teacher during this question answering session. Any boy or girl is able to clarify his or her doubt without any difficulty, for which this video, audio, document related things help. And moreover, they have a tendency, the children have a tendency or they have a chance to choose their own method of online learning through a kind of a sequential, a directed, and also a kind of evaluated aspect of what a teacher can offer to the children. So this is precise understanding of what you call online learning. And it also continues with the same aspect of how interaction is made far and wide. And then within a community of inquiry, how a group of people are able to understand each and everything through this particular internet based synchronous and asynchronous method. And also these two methods actually help promote a kind of development in terms of learning that we are expected to understand, and then through which a social understanding of life, collaborative skills, and also how we have to have internet etiquette, or what you call virtual learning etiquette, how you learn. All these things are part of this particular aspect of COVID-19 situation. And then this is how a kind of thing that we have been doing. I just talk about first the role of teacher, what a teacher can do at this time. How can one do a work in such a way it will be helpful to not only the teacher concerned at all, but also to the children at large. So teachers can understand the concept of faculty development programs. Right now, many participants are here. Actually, they attend tirelessly a 6-day program between 3 and 4 every day from 23rd onwards, as far as this international program is concerned. And they also attend the workshops. Workshops normally give practical solution to a given problem. And also they attend e-conference, electronic conference, webinars. We call it this one webinars. And I'm happy to tell you that I have given more than 14 webinars during these 3 months of my confinement to home. This is going to be the last one as far as July is concerned, as far as my giving webinars is concerned, and also panel discussions. Either a teacher can take part or can be part of the particular proceedings, and attending refresher courses and also online courses. And finally, the teacher is ready for anything. Readiness is all. Readiness is there. So a teacher is capable of getting ready to do anything at home, either to satisfy the requirement of the employer or for that matter to help the students, and also to actually give a kind of satisfaction to this teaching learning method. And I move from this particular aspect to this one. What does a teacher do in order to be aware of these things, these 6 or 7 things listed? And Zoom app, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams. My daughter, who is doing her 4th standard, spends her 3 hours every day from 9 to 12 with Microsoft Teams. 4 teachers come in 3 hours and giving her lectures, giving her to do some homework, and she is being tracked by a group of 4 or 5 teachers on a daily basis between Monday and Friday through this Microsoft Teams. So these are what we call web-based video conferencing tools. So what does it do? A local, a desktop client, or a mobile app that allows these Zoom or Google to be readily made available for us to see and then to listen. Either with video or without video, we are able to understand what it is. So it is a kind of web-based video conferencing tools. So most of us fall back on either Zoom or Google Meet or Microsoft Teams. These three are quite famous nowadays. Sometimes they get free of cost. The institutions buy by spending money. Microsoft Teams, the schools will have to pay heavily, and once it is available to the children, the mobile data, or what you call the internet data, is not consumed much when it comes to Microsoft Teams or any paid version for that matter. And also these web-based tools actually give us a kind of quality video, audio, and wireless screen sharing options across any OS, either Windows or Mac or Linux, iOS, Android, BlackBerry, then rooms meant for Zoom, and also H323 SIP room systems. So you can find the images of Microsoft Teams on the right side, Zoom middle, and then Google Meet. So we fall back on these three quite often these days. Whatever we attend, either an FTP or a 15-day short-term course for that matter. And then we come to this particular one, very important one, LMS. We call it LMS. I tell you precisely what LMS is all about, learning management system. Let us take your own Bharat University, Bharat College. Learning management system is a concept where how each and every record of the students and also the record of the teachers, starting from attendance, continuous internal assessment marks, and a variety of details related to either children or teachers. How are they maintained in a computer? Every teacher is given a login ID and password through TCS ION, through which they are able to feed details. Somebody accesses it from a different end. So this learning management system is also capable of performing multi-functions, namely courses. It offers courses, documentation, computer, that is system, e-learning. When I call learning management system, I call courses is an LMS. The documentation, how you document, how do you use computer, what is e-learning platforms, what is management, what is tracking of information, what is the software, what is education. So LMS, learning management system, actually an activity or a broad area where we are able to understand these things from a different perspective. LMS is a system which facilitates what a student can do virtually, and how to, even if you take students paying fees online, there is a learning management system. You have a bank attached to login ID password of particular boy, through which like buying or placing a kind of what do you call order, placing order of a particular thing using online buying concept. So we are aware of this learning management system, number one, LMS, followed by, these are all very important aspects, we are aware of it. Where it goes highly technically, the students of us are capable of understanding these things very effectively. Each one has got its own purpose. One is about giving a kind of design learning tool, Coursera if you take, Khan Academy. It is an American initiative named after a man, great man called Khan. It is a kind of NGO that gives umpteen opportunities for learning different courses through that particular platform. Code Academy, Udacity, these are all online learning and teaching marketplace, you call it. You can go when you gain entry into these, you have to have a login ID password. You are given an individual login ID password through which you go and you create your own course, or you can write your assignments through this. You can go for different designings, Canva, and plenty of methods are there. Kahoot, all these things I learned during the month of March. I was undergoing two major workshops, one offered by Portman University, the other one offered by MHRD, Government of India. Through MHRD, Coimbatore Institute of Technology, CIT, offered a 2-day workshop where they taught the use of these online tools for learning different courses for that matter. And it is followed by again a few things. You can call it Massachusetts Institute of Technology, OCW, then Arizona, again Udemy, Iversity, Future Learn, another important one. Every participant has to go to this Future Learn website. Either you can do a course, or you can offer a course, or you can understand the nuances of everything, research, how to do research. Many specialist people give lectures, thereby make tremendous impact on the part of what you call the participants. And when we go here, this is another important thing, Moodle platform. We call it a learning platform. It is Moodle, a learning platform which is designed for providing educators and also administrators and learners. Not only it is meant for teachers and learners, it is also for administrators, people working in dean, administration, academic and admin life. With a single robust and secured integrated system, all in one concept to create a kind of personalized learning environment. So Moodle is a platform through which any teacher can offer a course wherein a practical understanding of doing the particular course is ensured after the course. So if you take that particular aspect, then Moodle does tremendous job in terms of what learning is all about. Again, that the CIT program under University of Hyderabad, UOH, Dr. Murugan of UOH only, a management faculty only, was the host of that particular two-day program. He talked about the importance of Moodle and what does it do. Again, we can see you can download that Moodle platform or software, or you can have a client details, login ID, password. You can start working on it. It is free. Again, what are the benefits of this particular mobile Moodle platform? You can see you can access content anytime, anywhere. You can integrate any other tools with this one, like Coursera, Canva, Kahoot, every aspect of it for that matter. You can push notifications whenever you need any clarification. You can also go back and then understand the authorities concerned or the instructor concerned to be aware of. And then this interface is very easy to use, a kind of interface between the course provider and the learner kind of a thing. And then it is free of cost, no money is charged for it, another important advantage. And it gives you continuous support whenever you need in terms of learning a particular course. Supposing learning a 15-day course on C program, or for that matter, you learn the concept of reliability theory in mathematics for 15 days, or you say something about you wanted to learn something about semiconductor physics and optoelectronics or materials science for a 10-day program, short-term course. So Moodle is a platform that gives you either video recorded things or live webinars. Everything is associated with this particular through Moodle is an interface through which you can understand. And when you come here to the right side of this particular screen, multi-language support, you can do everything in Telugu since you belong to Hyderabad, Kadapa, everything can be accessed through Telugu language. And then you can see the available courses being offered through Moodle platform online. You can resolution support, clarity, video, audio clarity is intact. And then you can finish any given activity in an effective way. And then collaborative messaging, that is also you can join hands with your classmates or fellow teachers, for which you can do good things in terms of completing an assignment. Assessments, very important aspect. 2-day workshop that we underwent, day 1 and day 2, complete teaching. Within 2 days, we are supposed to do, we were send an assignment through PowerPoint presentation through Moodle. How did I learn Moodle? I have to go and create a Moodle ID and then it has to be shown to them like that. So no teaching is incomplete without assessment. So we teachers and the children are aware of this particular one. And then paidful integration, integrating with any organization for that matter. So we can be aware of this particular Moodle platform also. And when we go here, I just downloaded this particular group from a Chinese website. Every teacher, every student should learn this particular, what do you call, book in terms of what it gives you. It is actually based on UNESCO initiative of how facilitating flexible learning during COVID-19. This book was published in March 2020 in Wuhan, China. See how these Chinese people had a forethought. They were talking about the importance of online teaching. The moment this, what do you call, coronavirus started spreading from Wuhan, that market, I mean fish market, or the market meant for selling meats. So this particular book has to be actually read by you, and I will share all these details. The entire slides I will share to Dr. Batul through her. You can also access. And then I thank you. And before I hand over my session to the organizers concerned, I just give you a kind of recap. What have we seen so far? I just go to this particular one so that you can understand what is what very clearly. We talked about what is the concept of this particular topic, how promotion can be made through this particular situation using teaching learning. Then we did talk about the spread of COVID-19, coronavirus, droplets of saliva, and our spitting habits, how these things made this particular disease go far and wide. And then we did talk about conventional teaching learning method with a typical classroom where teachers and the students, they are together and learn the concept of teaching. Say example, chemistry, physics, mathematics, like. And then we did talk about the requirement which we were compelled to have, learning, doing courses, attending webinars, getting certificates, like. And then we did talk about also ICT integration in online teaching, information communication technology, ICT. And then pedagogy. Pedagogy is a concept of how teaching should be there, not how to teach. Teaching, the concept of teaching, pedagogical notions. Pedagogy is an umbrella term where different methods of teaching can be seen as a whole. And then we did see, or we did talk about synchronous and asynchronous learning, wherein we gave importance to synchronous. Day 1, day 2, you have practical session, live sessions. Day 3 meant for homework, wherein you fall back on asynchronous method, where recorded messages or videos are being sent for you to listen to and then to come further. And then one more aspect, video conferencing tools. We did talk about Zoom, Google Meet, and Microsoft Teams. We often use that particular platforms these days quite profusely. We also had an idea of what LMS is all about. Every college, every university, IIT, every ministry in government of India, in government of Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, LMS has become the order of the day. Every institution has to have a LMS. Now, here we talked about the importance of how learning and teaching takes place rather through these LMS facility. And then online platforms that we talked about, Coursera, Kahoot, and then Khan Academy kind of platforms that we have, where courses are available plenty, we can learn, or we can offer through using that Moodle platforms, like. And then conclusion, this is what we have done, concluding. And then I am waiting for this particular, what do you call, concluding question and answer. You can make use of, you can make a note of my email ID or my WhatsApp number, so that any doubt that you have, that can be clarified. Now I hand over the session to Dr. Batul.
Very informative, full of enthusiasm, clear to the point. Thank you, sir, for your insightful lecture. We proceed to the question and answer round.
Yes, ma'am. I am ready to listen to.
Yes, sir. We have a question from YouTube.
Yes, ma'am.
BMS Noor Pura. E-certificates of webinar are recognized by UGC.
Yeah, very valid question, ma'am. My answer. Whether you or not, plenty of webinars, FDPs, they are going on simultaneously like across countries. Don't worry about it being valid or not. You are able to learn something specific at home. And UGC or any bodies of AICT, UGC, they will also consider your participation in this in a particular way. Any program under the aegis of UGC or MHRD, like workshop, FDPs, when they conduct 15-day program, 7-day program, they are naturally what you call valid according to UGC. So instead of talking about it's being valid or whether it works or whether it doesn't work or not, whether it works, it won't work, you keep learning. You keep that particular aspect in your mind. It is my sincere suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have one more question from Ms. Durga. What about SWAYAM platforms by UGC and MHRD?
Yes, ma'am. Swayam NPTL, the initiative of MHRD is quite effective. Doing online courses using Swayam platform or NPTL or MHR initiative, it has been there. Before COVID also, even I did have a course, literary criticism, offered by IIT Madras. Unfortunately, they were unable to conduct the examination, so they gave certificates meant for the assignments we scored. So Swayam, NPTL, MHRD, doing a course using that particular platform has got its own greatness, and it actually gives rise to your understanding any subject related things very effectively, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request our collaborative partner, Dr. P.R.V.N. Keshava Kumar, the chairman of the esteemed Shodhana Educational Research Foundation, to enlighten us by his thoughts. I welcome you, sir.
Yes, Professor, I am ready to listen to you. Please go ahead. Hello, sir. I think his
I
mic
request.
is. Yeah, his mic
One.
is. Yeah, he has.
Okay.
Yeah, he comes. Don't worry. Yes, Professor.
Okay.
Kesavaji, proceed. Kesav Kumarji.
Sir, actually, Keshava Kumar, sir, is our collaborative partner for this international FDP.
Yes, Professor. Namaste, Professor. Namaste. Yes, Professor. Please proceed. Your voice is not audible. I do not know why. Yeah.
Dr. Keshava Kumar, sir, your voice is not audible.
Professor, you are not audible.
Maybe sir is facing some connectivity issues.
Yes,
We'll
ma'am.
proceed. I would like to thank our chairman, the directors, and principal for giving us this opportunity to organize the international webinar series. I would like to thank the convener, Ms. Batul Fatima, the academic in charge of HNS, Dr. Sophia Rani, the coordinators, Ms. Arpita, Ms. Priyadarshini, Ms. Priya Mins, Ms. Pooja Nair, Ms. Angeline Sanchez, Mrs. Zehra Tahir, that's me, for the incredible support. I would like to express my gratitude to our collaborative partner, Dr. P.R. V.N. Keshavakumar, the chairman of Shodhana Educational Research Foundation, Kadapa. A big thank you to all the wonderful participants from BIET team. This is Zehra Tahir, head of the Department of English, signing off. Thank you.
We have shared the feedback link. We request everybody to kindly access this. It's in the chat box. And it's available on screen as well. If you want to jot it down, you can take it down as well. Do not share the link with anybody, as we have limited certificates and we've marked your attendance, and it would be verified, and we have certain elements to monitor the participation as well. So we request everybody to kindly fill it personally with one response. We will wait for a while.
Due to some previous technical issues, Dr. Keshav Kumar was not audible. I now request sir to please kindly speak a few words.
Yeah, when you say thank you, I am about to quit. Oh God. You make him available on screen, ma'am.
Dr. Keshav Kumar, sir, please start your speech, sir. Dr. Keshav Kumar, sir, am I audible to you? Dr. Keshav Kumar, sir, am I audible to you? Yes, please start, sir. We are waiting for you.
Yes, Professor, please.
I request Dr. Keshava Kumar sir to kindly unmute. I request Dr. Keshava Kumar sir to kindly unmute because you're not audible, sir. Dr. Keshav Kumar sir, you're not audible. I request you to kindly unmute.
Yes, G, please. He has some problem, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Sir, Zahra, please continue the session. Make the announcement and let the audience participants take the feedback from link.
Okay. I request our collaborative partner, Dr. P.R.V.N. Keshavakumar, the chairman of the esteemed Shodhana Education Research Foundation, to enlighten us by his thoughts. I welcome you, sir. Sir, you're not audible. Dr. Keshavakumar, sir, you're not audible.
Call him and tell, please.
Yes,
Call.
sir, we are doing that.
Call him over phone and tell him so that he will.
Because of audio connectivity issues, Dr. Keshava Kumar is unable to connect to the audio. So we will end the session. I once again thank all the wonderful participants and all the collaborators and everyone. This is Zehra Tahir signing off. Thank you.
We will end the session and thank you everyone for your active participation. We thank the presenter for the day and all our collaborators for being an active participant. Thank you, sir. Especially, we would like to thank Shodhana Educational Research Foundation for volunteering to gather wonderful resources for us, and our English department of Bharat Institute of Engineering and Technology to bring forth this wonderful session. Thank you, everyone. Looking forward to see you sometime soon with our next venture. Thank you.